Okay, was just wandering through Mondstadt, and I had completely forgotten about this. I actually did this little mini quest on the second account, when I was still running around Mondstadt doing the Archon quest and that, but I had completely forgotten about this on the main account. So, about time that we actually addressed this little business. Moreover, it occurs to me that there's another newer musical-oriented quest, so I guess this will be my segue into doing that as well. So it'll be a twofer, I suppose. Depending on how long this actually takes to do, anyway. So, let's get going.
All goes quiet on Starsnatch Cliff. High in the trees. All is... Oh, wait. Sorry, that's not right. High in the trees. No whiff of the wind. No sign of the birds. No flapping of wings. Then it goes. Pause. Pause for a moment, and... Oh gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm making a complete mess of this. I didn't get tongue-tied at all on the 42nd time, or the 90th time. So why can't I get it right now?
A bad case of stage fright, perhaps?
The 42nd and 90th time?
Yep. I rehearsed this 100 times to try and perfect my performance. So, this is my 101st time playing this song. But my first time performing it live. I really thought it would go well this time. But nope. I blew it again. Though not for lack of practice, surely. I guess I need to figure out what I was doing right on my 42nd and 90th attempts and keep practicing.
So my question would be, did you only get it right twice out of 100 rehearsals? Only on number 42 and number 90? Or were you getting it right in between? Because if you're getting it wrong 98 times out of 100, well then you're just reinforcing your mistakes at that point. So, on the one hand, 100 rehearsals is plenty, so perhaps the problem isn't the amount of practice, but something else?
Right. That amount of practice should have been more than enough. If it still isn't working, maybe it's more a question of how you've been practicing. Actually, the Traveler here has loads of experience with performing music. Why don't you tell us what your method is? Maybe we can give you some suggestions.
And it is interesting to hear original Paimon again, after hearing the new one for all of the new quests in Natlan. Blast from the past, eh? Anywho, I'm just a hobbyist, but I can share my thoughts if you'd like.
And, Paimon can give you pro tips from an audience perspective, as a highly seasoned and professional audience person.
Aw, that's so kind of you. I'm touched that you're willing to help me. Give me a second. Let me just check my notes. Or, actually, why don't I just give you my notes so you can read them for yourself?
Notes about what?
Just things I jot down after each practice. Stuff to watch out for, areas to improve on, etc. Oh, but you can ignore the second half. That's just my random thoughts on other people's performances and trying out different instruments.
The worn-out notebook records Sansa's detailed reflections on her rehearsals. But the random thoughts in the second half are quite verbose. It sounds less like journaling and more like an essay or research report.
Whoa, this is denser than the encyclopedias in the Mondstadt library. So are you like a music scholar, collector, librarian?
Well, My parents always hoped I'd become a scholar, so they made me take classes in all of those things and more. But now, I'm applying everything I've learned in academia to becoming a bard.
That sounds logical, but feels off somehow. Well, at the moment, I have no proof that you have any actual talent or ability to be a bard. After all, if you don't have the voice for it, then it doesn't matter how much you practice.
Well, I'm all ears. Where do you think I'm going wrong? Have I misunderstood some core principles of music theory, perhaps? Or am I approaching my rehearsals wrong?
As I said, it feels like your efforts might be misdirected. You do actually have to have, well, a beautiful voice if you want to be a bard. And if you don't have a beautiful voice, then there's not very much you can do to improve upon it.
Paimon never knew being a bard was such hard work. The tone-deaf bard always makes it look so easy. He never seems stressed out at all. And still, his singing and lyre playing always sound really great. Unless he's actually been practicing in secret.
You do realize that he's, 5,000 years old? He's had a long time to perfect his craft. And speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Although, alas, his voice will not. I had kind of hoped that they would, well, once the whole actors' strike fiasco was over, go back and re-record or record at all some of these earlier missed segments. Yeah, but I suppose that was wishful thinking, wasn't it?
Venti!
Tone-deaf bard, where did you come from?
Which wind brought you here? Will I be seeing Dvalin as well, by chance?
Well, Paimon sure hasn't missed that attitude.
A whoosh?
It seems the world was conspiring against your poem, Venti. Ah, I see. So it was a feline intruder, then.
So it must have been a cat that stole the leaf, right? And with your allergies, you can't exactly go chasing it down.
Well, perhaps I could help you locate the feline. We can ask it what it thought of the poem.
I can help too, Venti. Your music has always been a huge inspiration to me, so it would be my honor. And, after we find it, could I get some advice on songwriting from you? Sorry, I know I shouldn't spring that on you. I was just worried if I stayed quiet now, I might be too shy to ask later, and I didn't want to let the opportunity slip by, so I'm sorry. I hope I didn't make this weird. Wow, really? Okay, I'll just grab my... Wait, where's my notebook? Oh, it's right here. Sorry, give me a second.
Sansa frantically flicks through to the questions page in her notebook, takes a deep breath, then explains her background and the issues she's having.
performance go so badly despite all the effort she put in? There's gotta be a reason for it.
Mastering theory is not at all the same thing as actually practicing something. Just because you understand the principles of a thing does not mean that you can actually do the thing. For instance, understanding how jet propulsion works doesn't mean that I can build a jet engine in my backyard. The actual physical labor of building the engine, acquiring the parts and fuel and all the other things, is a whole different matter from understanding the principles of how the engine functions. Very different things. And singing really isn't any different. Like I said, it doesn't matter how much intellectual knowledge or understanding you have. If you simply do not have a beautiful voice, then your singing will fall flat. Simple as that, really.
I guess I just lack that natural talent. Maybe I'm not meant to be a bard, huh?
Well, I should give it another chance before coming to that conclusion. After all, some things can be taught, and some things can be improved upon. So I'd have to hear a bit more of your singing before I would write you off entirely.
Let me think. Maybe it was a sense of yearning. Back when my parents forced me to stay in my room and study, I'd always hear this bard singing outside the window.
Were you peeping in on her, Venti?
His wonderful melodies and beautiful voice were like a soft breeze that stirred my heart. I remember thinking to myself, if I became a bard, could I be free like him?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's it. I wanted to be free and happy just like him. And like him, I wanted to share that joy with the whole world. But I get so nervous when I'm performing in front of a crowd. I try to mitigate that by doing plenty of practice to make sure nothing goes wrong. But it's no use. As soon as the performance starts, I get tongue-tied.
Perhaps the issue would be lack of exposure. In other words, I suggest that you start singing to a small audience to begin with. For instance, sing to your parents. Let them hear and critique your performance. They at least will be a gentle audience, considering they were the ones who put this on you in the first place. And then progress from there. Sing at family gatherings, larger groups, before you move on to singing in front of crowds of random people. But that's just one way you might approach this. At the moment, it seems to me as if you simply jumped off the deep end and are now floundering.
What? But I can't even get my words out.
Well, going with what Venti was saying, stop worrying about what other people think.
Exactly. If you really want to share freedom and joy with the world, first you need to be the freest and happiest person of them all.
So I've got to be my freest, happiest self in order to share that with others. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, thank you all so much. I'll be sure to take that to heart.
I see, so we're getting roped in to joining the performance rather than merely critiquing it now, are we? Oh, very well.
In that case, Paimon will be the audience. Paimon is the most professional and freest audience you'll ever find.
Now, let's see, will this be a quick time event? I hope not. Now, see, being able to play an instrument well doesn't require a beautiful voice.
That was my first ever successful performance in front of a crowd. For once, I didn't stumble over my words. Oh, I'm so happy.
I didn't hear any words, so I wonder if they just skipped over that part for the sake of brevity. Also, Venti, I think that your second critic/reader has decided to come and deliver you your poem. Because I see a black cat right there, right behind the fountain.
Once the music started, it felt like I became one with the wind. I could roam freely, and nothing could stop me.
The audience definitely felt it too. Look, even that cat came to check out the show. Wait, a cat?
Yes, there's that cat allergy of yours to be concerned with.
Oh, Charcoal! So it was you! I'm sorry, that's my neighbor's cat. Whenever I'm rehearsing, it always comes to sit on the windowsill and listen in.
What was that in its mouth? Was it the leaf with Venti's poem?
Charcoal! That belongs to Venti. It's very important to him. Could you give it back? You've helped me so much. I feel bad that I have no way to repay you.
Let's ask Mr. Charcoal. Is it Mr. or Mrs.? You said it. Let's ask Kitty for a critique. Did you like the poem, Charcoal? Shall I take that for a yes or no? You seem to be nodding your heads. Oh, well, now you're shaking it. Very changeable is the mind of Mr. Charcoal. And away he goes.
Gone like the wind.
I can hardly believe I got a personal lesson from Venti himself. I must find time to thank him properly. Oh, and of course, I owe you two a huge thank you as well.
We did very little.
I can't offer much, but why don't you take this songbook? It's from back when I was studying. I noted down all kinds of tunes from many parts of the world. Maybe you'll find it useful. Oh, and as well as tunes, I also collected all kinds of instruments. You're welcome to try them out anytime you want. It'll be great to have another musician to trade tips with.
Very well.
Awesome! We'll definitely take you up on that.
We now possess the repertoire of myriad melodies. A collection of sheet music given to you by Sansa the Bard. It contains musical scores and performance insights gathered from various nations, penned in such detail as to rival a musical encyclopedia. With such a collection at their disposal, a musician could play many enchanting melodies
I'm gonna
indeed.
sing it one more time.
Let's see. Alright. Now, if I remember correctly, there were rewards connected to this at one time. The repertoire of myriad melodies can be used to play songs from all over Teyvat, including songs related to the companions you've met on your journey. You can also edit existing scores for songs and share them with other players who can then play them. The repertoire of myriad melodies albums have specific themes and contain songs related to said themes or to characters. The albums will be updated periodically. You can use the recommendations on the main menu of Repertoire of Myriad Melodies to quickly play scores that have recently received high ratings from other players. Use the score exchange function to create scores of your own and try ones created by other players. Interesting. Storm Chaser, Hot Spring Affection, and La Vaguelette. No idea if I'm pronouncing that last one correctly. Ah, so there are still rewards. Oh, more than I thought, actually. Huh. I thought it was only going to be 60. Alright, so I guess I actually do have some actual gameplay to dig into here. Alright then, crisp single notes. During this first performance, use single taps to play a tune composed of single notes. Come find your sense of rhythm. Performance completion rate 30%. Huh, does that mean that only 30% of people have actually done this? Or is that the percentage I need to get the Prima Gems? Only 30% is pretty low as things go. But oh well. Calibration. Press the controller button according to the drum beat on an accented note. Adjust the decision line until it roughly coincides with the note position you entered. Huh. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's a lot of buttons. Rhythm game. I'm probably going to botch this, because I'm not good at rhythm games. They're just not my thing. Well, let's give this a try anyway. Yep, I did mess that up a bit. 94%, so yeah. Partway into that, I messed it up. Well, not too bad. Okay, slightly more complicated. did a fair bit worse there. Good enough to get the rewards, but just barely. I'm very glad they set the bar so low. Because with practice, I might be able to get good enough at this, but... oh, it just isn't something I usually do, and you can see why. Okay. Yep. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh. Okay, I salvaged that partway in. High enough to get the... Oh, oh Trixie. You weren't done yet. Okay. Next challenge. While one hand is playing a long note, continue holding and use your other hand to wait for single notes to fall near the decision line before pressing the corresponding buttons, thus completing single note performance during a long note. Oh dear, okay. Oh. 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 Yep, nope. Nope. I'm going to have to... going to need a lot of practice if I want to get good at this. Too fast for me. This is a bit more manageable, I say, and then it just... Okay, kinda got into the rhythm of that partway in. Ay, ay. But yeah, only doing this for the rewards, frankly. I might get into it at some point, but I'm just not good at these rhythm games. Partly for lack of practice, partly my hands don't actually want to work like that. Okay, what do we get this time? Ooh. I'm glad my mangling this isn't also destroying the tune in the background. Ay, ay. Yeah, managing to stay above 30% on all of these, just barely. Ugh. Mm. Yeah, getting just above 50% seems the best I can manage with these. Yep. Ah. Well, alright then. Kind of an embarrassing performance, but I did net all of the rewards. Which was the overall point. Oh, and I don't really have enough of the coins to actually buy any of these. Oh well. Alright then. Yes, as it happened, I was actually running around Mondstadt, specifically because I wanted to gather some of the mushrooms. And in particular, I was planning on ascending Barbara. As I haven't used my Barbara in quite a while, even though I do have her at C6. And
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big
I
sister.
was also gunning for an quaint fate from her. Presently, I have 6 of them. When Paimon's shop resets, I'll be buying another 5. And I mean to gather a bunch more of them, leveling up a bunch of other characters. Because, at present, I'm at 63 pity on the permanent banner. So, when Flynn's banner opens, not only will I have a solid, I'm thinking 80 wishes, or 80 pity worth anyway, to spend on his banner when it first opens, but I plan on hitting, well, soft pity on the permanent banner too. Hopefully, I'll get 2 5 stars. All things considered, in that scenario, what I would hope for would be Flynn's himself, and possibly the Jade Wing Spear. Let's see, what's the Jade Wing Spear? Anyway, a 5-star polearm for him. Because the only other 5-star polearm I've got right now is the Staff of Homa. Which is not exactly a perfect fit for him. At least, I don't think so. Because I don't recall him scaling with HP. Anyway, now back to this. Natlan, Plains of Flowing Flames. Repertoire of Myriad Melodies has a new album available to perform. And if I complete this within the next 13 days, we get a bonus of 60 primos. So, let's have a go, shall we? So, I'm guessing this is the new one. During the performance, different notes will appear on the screen. When a note falls in the decision line, strike the decision line to score points. Okay, so the amount of points scored will vary depending on the timing of your stroke. A long note is... Okay, so it's another tutorial for basic minigame there, alright. Let's see. Oh, we're doing a drum thing then now. Oh, that is... Okay. So, was that actually the thing we needed to be doing? Okay. And I can change the difficulty. How can I change that? Because that was a bit too much for me. Huh. Play scores at different difficulties to obtain the corresponding rewards. Completing the performance at a higher difficulty will immediately earn you the lower difficulty rewards. Oh, I see. So it looks like all I get are coins for this mode. Okay. Alright, so rather than embarrass myself on that any further, I think I'll just call it quits there. I was thinking there might be some more story with this, but seemingly not. So if you've enjoyed my frankly embarrassing attempts at rhythm gaming, then, well, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do check out my Elden Ring Let's Play, and my more general coverage of Genshin's story, where I decidedly do a better job than I did with this. Well, all the same, have a good day.